as cannabis becomes increasingly legal and available for many states, it still is illegal at a federal level. And I was reading the other day about New York City property owners being concerned about that kind of gray area of whether or not their tenants can sell cannabis.
This is not a big deal, guys. Any commercial lease, you have to have language in your lease that requires your tenant to be in full compliance with all local, state, and federal regulations at all times, no exceptions.
Yeah.
This is what owning property is. So I don't know what's going on in New York City, but if you have a concern about renting property to a cannabis operator of any kind, just make sure your lease language is professional. Make sure that you're requiring full compliance with licensure and regulations. Make sure that you're checking up on the operation. Make sure that they're not doing anything that's black market or illegal, that's not part of what they're permitted to do. Every commercial lease has a permitted use clause. You have to have a robust set of language for your permitted use clause, and you have to know what your tenant's up to. I don't want to rent my cannabis space out to a cannabis operator and know that they're also running a morgue, right? I mean, that's just not the permitted use. Not because it's not permitted by the state or the city, which it probably wouldn't be anyway in this weird case, because I used morgue as an example, but because it's not part of the agreement that's in our lease with property owner and tenant. You can run your business according to the terms of the lease. The lease dictates everything. If the lease says you can run a cannabis retail operation and you're licensed for that and you have the permits for that, and we agree and you pay money and as a deposit and we sign a lease, God bless, you're off to the races. Let's go.